Oh, hey, you guys. How's it going? Just listening to some music here. I'm totally jamming on these like frozen headphones. Look at this. These are my son's headphones, and I just thought they were super cool. And I just thought I'd show them to you because I'm keeping it real because I am at home recording this video. And so if my kids start screaming in the background or like they start blasting the music, yeah, I have no control over that. So I'm just keeping it real here at home because I know that a lot of you are also in funny situations here with distance learning. Some of you have really great, calm classrooms, home situations, and some of you have like crazy home situations with like younger kids or just other younger siblings causing crazy drama, or I don't know, parents. Hopefully, you get along with them. But I'm praying for you all, and knowing that this distance learning thing is not the easiest for some of you, and I totally get that. So I just wanted to point that out for those of you feeling like you need some um, just truth in your life that this is hard. So yeah, some of you are plugging along, doing great, like nobody's business, and just doing distance learning like a boss. So, way to go if that's you. But if you need prayer, hey, reach out. I'll pray for you. Finishing up chapter 18 here, we'll have a test this week. Section 8 is on assets, liabilities, and equity. Luckily, these last couple sections that I'm going to test you on are easier. So, let's do some vocab work here. Assets are the total cash items purchased and any money that customers owe a business. So basically, your assets are good things. You want lots of assets because that's money that customers pay. Liabilities are money owed to creditors. So, like if you have a mortgage out in your business because you own something, or if you took out a loan to buy a nice copier for your business, that's something you're liable for. Owner's equity is the assets owned minus the total liability. So you subtract off your goods minus your not so goods to find out how much you're worth, which is called your equity. Your net worth is another way to say that. The amount by which the assets exceed the liabilities. So again, a subtraction problem. And capital is the amount of owner's equity. Again, another vocab term that's good to know. So there's kind of like three that are the same thing: your equity, your net worth, and your capital. So you want those numbers to be high, and you want your liabilities to be low, and you want your assets to be high to be worth a lot as a business. So let's take a look at the math here. Your assets are your liabilities and your equities. And then notice that the next two formulas are really just different iterations of the first formula. So you really don't have to know all of these formulas. If you just know the first one and you know how to plug numbers into an equation, then you can subtract to find your missing variables if you need to know the rest of those. So like literally, like maybe push pause and just stare at this for a moment and prove it to yourself in your head that these three formulas are actually exactly the same thing, just rearranged using addition and subtraction. So if you're given two of them, can you find the third one is really the question you're going to ask yourself here. If you're not good at rearranging equations, just kind of think your way through it. Assets and equity are good things. A liability is a bad thing. Well, not a bad thing. I mean, every business has a liability. It's just the reality of owning a business. So really, you want to subtract your liabilities each time to get the rest of it. So, yep, moving on to actually section 10, we're going to skip section 9. So moving on to section 10, cost of goods sold. Determining the cost of goods sold is what we're going to figure out here. Basically, when you're selling something, that's something that you earn, that's like a profit. But you have a beginning inventory and then you have an ending inventory after a certain amount of time goes by. So maybe after one day goes by, or after a week goes by, or maybe even at the end of the year, you're kind of like reflective on how your year went with your business. So maybe after a year goes by. And so your beginning inventory and your ending inventory, you got to think about how those two things compare. So your cost of goods sold in this formula is equal to your beginning inventory plus your receipts. Now, your receipts imply that you sold things with your business. So, receipts are good to have because that means that people came to your business and bought something. And so that's like profit that you earned. And then at the end, you have to subtract your ending inventory because that's like the things you didn't sell. Those are the things still sitting on this shelf. If you own a makeup business, for example, that's the foundation and the primer and your mascara that's sitting on your shelf that you haven't yet sold. So you have to subtract that off when you're thinking about the costs of the goods sold. You want cost of goods sold when you're running a business because a high cost of goods sold for a business means that you sold a lot that day or that week or that month or that year. So it's good to be reflective about these things when you own a business. And also, ending inventory and beginning inventory can have to do with depreciation. So things sitting on your shelf, maybe expiring soon, can be a bad thing. So depreciation, you want to like turn over goods as quickly as possible. And have a low ending inventory and sell lots of things. That's high receipt value in order to make lots of money as a business that's selling things. So actually 1811 we're also skipping. So that is the end of this chapter. Yeah, test by Thursday. I kept it kind of light this week because I know some of you are taking AP exams. I hope that helps. And I will see you again next week. Maybe another video to start thinking about closing up the end of the year. All right, good luck with that, you guys. Do well on your test and take care.